Hey yo.
Hey yo, this is Thax coming at you with Thax Attacks. Hey, you hear that background music? Hey, just like my game, I am trying to upgrade the quality of the content of these videos and make them packaged a little bit nicer and hopefully bring you some information that is not only informative but also entertaining. So I've stepped up my game. I've tried a couple new things and hopefully there'll be more changes coming. So, first thing I wanted to get to was Thax's trek to Titans League. As you look over, you can see that I am now in Champions 2. I had a couple setbacks and have some ground to make up, but I'm on my way to Champions 1 and hopefully get there in the next week or so. The next thing is the journey to Max Heroes. You can see my queen, she's taking a nap right now, but I got her up to 30, which is awesome. She's done real good for me there. Super duper happy with her there. Next task is to get the Barb King up to level 30. So as soon as I get enough Dark Elixir, the big boy is going down for another nap. All right. And the last thing was the update on the walls. So when we first started this, you could see all of this side was all purple. Now they are all skulls. I had 25 pink walls still from the update 2 updates ago, where they added 25 walls. I had left them at pink, and now they are all purple. And then I started down on this way on my skulls. So I have about 175, I think, crystal walls left to get to skulls. And then I'm going to take them all to Legos. So that's where we stand. As far as the journeys to improving Thax. Now, I was trying to decide what the heck I was going to do this video on, and the war started, and our opponent's first hit, they had a fail. We had a great defend by Ryan, and I thought, well, maybe I'll do a video on defenses. But then I had the opportunity to look at the base that I hit, and I found I was able to apply a technique that I learned from one of the other YouTuber videos, Clash with Ash, and I was able to 3-star one of their Town Hall 10s, and then I was able to 2-star with a pretty high percentage their number 1 Town Hall 10. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to bring that to everybody to show you what I was looking at. Maybe you can find bases that have similar layouts or characteristics, and maybe you can put down some big hits just like I did. So sit back, relax, and let's take a look. Okay, so you can see we lost a heartbreaker. We did have some stars that we definitely left on the board. It was very disheartening war, but hey, let's bounce back and get the next one. All right, so here is the 3-star attack that I did, and I'm going to show you what I was looking at when I first looked at this base. Okay, I've seen this layout quite a few times, and when I'm looking at it, you notice that there are like really 4 big compartments that contain like 90% of all of the buildings in this base. So if you look, you see this one over here in this corner that looks like a big L, and you have the exact same thing down here, another big L, and in between them you have these 2 longer ones. Kind of looks like a Tetris board almost. That's what it reminds me of. So as I was looking at it, I thought, you know what, if I take out this little sectional wall right here, right where that queen's at, and I take out this little section right here by the king, and I put a whole bunch of wizards and witches in there, they have free access to the entire base, with the exception of this little part up here, this little group right here, and sorry about that, and then this little group right here. So other than that, my troops are just going to run free through this base. So I called upon a video that I watched. I decided to drop 4 Quake spells right here. My goal was to take out this junction of that wall right in the middle where the 2 walls meet, and have it go through so it could take out this junction too, and then the wall in between, obviously. And then the same thing on this side. That was my goal, how I wanted to open this base up. I've been known to have epic fails when it comes to quake spells and wall breakers, which you'll actually see in this video. I had a couple of classic Thax wall breaker fails, because that's just the way I play, I guess. So we will go ahead and watch, and I'm not going to play the second 2-star video. The difference between the 2-star and the 3-star was actually this wall right here. As you watch this video, you'll notice that my Barb King, he comes in from this point over here, and he comes up and takes out all of these buildings, and then he gets to this wall and he couple hits and he's right through it. On the other attack, those walls were Lego walls. It took them it took the king longer to get through there. He took more fire and he went down a lot quicker. So that was really the big difference in the two attacks. So here we go. You can never get too tired of watching a 3-star. All right, so I'm sitting here, and I'll tell you, as I was going through this, I was really expecting to get a 2-star hit. I knew I had a chance at a 3-star, but I really wanted a 2-star for sure. So I got the first set down. I was like, wow, that actually went pretty well. Then I get the second set down. I was like, huh, I'm 2 for 2 with my spell drops. All right, so now let's do some wall breakers. All right, so I'm only bringing 2 golems with me. Oh, that's the other thing I want to bring up. So the Inferno Towers, they had one set to single, so that's why I only brought 2 golems. I may have even been able to get by with just 1, but I brought 2 just to be safe. But anyways, back to the attack. You just saw half of my wall breakers go flying, well, like 3 of them, but you can see I brought a whole bunch because I'm used to the wall breaker fails. Boom, there's a wall breaker fail number 2, gets taken out by a mortar. Finally, I'm able to get my wall breakers down and open up that wall. So now it's just a matter of getting all my troops on the board as quick as I can. Get my king down, kind of use him as a meat shield for all of these witches and wizards that are coming in, and the queen and the grand warden. And I had one witch that did stray around the outside, which wasn't the end of the world. Didn't intend her to. I would have liked to have her inside the wall, but there she goes. So I didn't bring any freeze spells with me. I brought 2 rage spells, and I didn't think I needed to freeze the Inferno Towers because I thought I could just overwhelm them because the troops were going to have free access to get to them. I knew there was going to be a buttload of skeletons, and they would be able to get to those Inferno Towers. And you see back there, the king, he got through that wall. I had to use his ability to keep him alive. Then I used the Grand Warden's ability right there to get through to that last Inferno Tower in the last expo. And from there, it was just a matter of pounding away. Now, as I noticed that the mortar, that wizard tower, that cannon, all these guys were all locked in over here, then I went ahead and dropped some wizards on the backside because they were not going to get targeted by any of those troops. So I had 2 wall breakers left. I had my wizards that I kept for cleanup, and I came in on the backside, and I was actually able to get 2 wall breakers in free and let these guys go in and go to work. And as these witches and get around the corner here, I was starting to think, this is going to be a really high percentage. And then as we took that cannon down, I dared to start thinking, wow, I may actually get a 3-star on this. And then it wasn't very long that the archer tower and the cannon went down. I was like, holy cow, all the defenses are down. This is a 3-star. I can't believe it. And boom, there you go. It ended up as a 3-star. And you can never watch those too much. They are just beautiful when they happen. So that's where we're going to leave that one. So I hope you were able to bring a little information on what I was looking for, how I was able to open up the entire base with 8 earthquake spells. It really worked out very well, and I think it would work out on a lot of different bases as well, especially if one of those Inferno towers is set to single, and then you don't have to take very many golems. You can take extra witches and wizards, and you can actually wreck a base pretty nicely. So until next time, let's get better, baby.